Hey, what's up? This is Josh from GD Media Productions, and today I'm going to go over the Photoshop Remove tool. First, I'm going to show you exactly how you use it, and then later I'm going to show you how to use it non-destructively, and after that, tips and tricks for using this very powerful tool. So if you've never used the remove tool before, you'll find that it's actually very similar to the spot healing brush tool, except that it uses AI to figure out how to fill the part you're trying to remove, which is very helpful actually. So what I have here is a drone photo of a property that's for sale. We were hired to do this project, and it just looks way more professional if we remove ourselves and our car from these images. So I'm gonna hold Alt and scroll to zoom in. You can see my fiance standing right there and my back's towards the camera. And I also noticed we have the camera on the tripod over here. It was actually taking a time lapse while I was flying the drone. She's spotting the drone for me because in the country where I live, you always have to have eyes on the drone. So it really helps when it's not my own eyes. Anyways, all you have to do is click and drag to paint in the parts you want to remove. The first tip is to overlap, right? So I'm gonna make sure to cover us completely and to also not stop before the edges. So I want to completely cover the object I want to remove. I'm gonna let go of my left mouse button now. That's pretty seamless. I mean, it's that easy. I'm always amazed when it does such a great job. So I'm gonna undo that for a second so that we can see how that would look with the spot healing brush. So I'll do the same exact deal here and we'll see the difference. So we can see that the ground wasn't properly sampled. So what the spot healing brush tool does, it just looks for what it thinks should go there and sort of just slaps it on, I guess. And it's possible to fix this. That used to be the traditional workflow. Use the spot healing brush tool and then you kind of, make it better. But now with the remove tool, I'll just do it all over again. And it's that easy. We also have this red backpack down here. I'll get rid of that. And let's see what it'll do with this tripod over here. Pretty good. It even put the plant back there. I don't know if this is a tripod leg, so I'll just do it again. And that's gone. And just like that, I can continue removing all sorts of, distracting parts of the image. If I go over here to our car, I'll just cover the whole car again. And by any means, this is not a perfect tool. Sometimes it's going to have, like we see here, the dark edge on the bottom of this road here. I'll just cover that with the remove tool. Okay, this is a repeating pattern. Don't really like it. I'll cover it again. And it gets a little less and less distracting with each pass. So I think this is completely acceptable. If I were to zoom out here, I could probably never tell that there was a car there to begin with. If I wanted to sort of match it over here a little bit, I could maybe use the clone stamp tool. I don't know, grab a piece of grass right here and go whoop. Maybe a little more over here. So it looks fairly natural and it's very easy to remove all the distractions from a photo. And there's a lot going on. Obviously it's an aerial photo, you're covering so much space. I have another example right here. This is a moth. I just saw a moth and I thought, let me take a picture. And it's pretty cool because these it's got like these golden speckles on its wings and this really furry, I don't know what you call these things, but I thought it was very interesting, so I took a photo. Let's see how the remove tool would do here, because we do have a bunch of bokeh in the back and a lot of detail in the front, so I've not done this before and I'm kind of curious to see how good the remove tool can take care of an image like this one. So I'll just go ahead and cover everything. And okay, could be better, right? Could be better, but let's cover it again, see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, the remove tool isn't the be-all end-all. Our jobs as Photoshoppers have not become obsolete. Let's see if we can remove this one leaf here. Yeah, so that's not so bad. I can't tell that there's supposed to be a leaf over here. I can't see the stem at all. The only thing I see is a little like blurry area here. And I think it does become a little less effective if you've got bokeh in the shot, but not to such a crazy extent. I don't even know what this guy is. Any idea what that is? Tell me in the comments what you think. Anyways, so I'm gonna go back to the drone shot over here and I'm gonna show you how to make these changes on a separate layer. That way you can mask that layer, you can toggle it, you can do anything you need to. So I've got the remove tool selected right here, and I will create a new layer, and I'll go back to the same place that I wanted to do it, but this time enable sample all layers. And what this is it doesn't matter how many layers there are, it's going to look at what you're looking at instead of going layer by layer, and then it'll apply the remove tool's adjustments to whatever layer that you have selected. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Go ahead and cover us again. And it looks pretty good. I'm fairly zoomed in here. There's like a few artifacts. If they bother you, you just use the same remove tool a few times. We'll go ahead and do the backpack and the tripod over here. I'm doing it a little more detailed this time. Now you really retain all the detail in the plant. And, you know, a couple more annoying spots here. The car. Got that dark area happening. I'm gonna skip the clone stamp this time, but here's how we can see the adjustments. They're all on this one layer right here, which is really handy because if you ever have any harsh edges or anything you'd like to fix, you could always mask the layer and make the edges a little less harsh. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you is how do you remove multiple objects with one go of the remove tool. So I still have the remove tool selected. I'll just go ahead and create another empty layer, and I'll select several objects to remove at once. Let's say these two cars. Actually, I know it's gonna look terrible because there's no way for the AI to tell what's beyond this car. But this is just for demonstration purposes. So I'll go up here to the remove after each stroke option, and I'll disable that. And I'll go ahead and start painting in the car, making sure to overlap the lines, the edges. And you can see the car is still there. It's giving me the chance to add more strokes on the same subject, but also I'll be able to add more strokes on additional subjects. And once we've done that, we can click this check button up here, and all three objects have been removed at the same time. What is that? Let me just try to see what happens if I click this a couple of times. Obviously, remove after each stroke is handy because then you don't have to go back up there every time. Honestly, that doesn't look terrible. Just this shady area on the bottom and some artifacts, which, you know, we can remove one by one like this. But all in all, pretty effective tool. I wonder, could you remove an entire house? Oh man, I went over a little bit over there. Let's see what this looks like. Whoa, that's pretty terrible. Anyway. It's a very powerful tool. If this video helped you to learn how to use it, definitely leave a like for me, and subscribe to the channel if you want more tips. I plan to talk about how to extend images and a lot of other features that you can find on Photoshop now. Oh man, who wants to see a bucket in a house for sale? That's pretty amazing. That was the Photoshop remove tool. Have a nice day, happy editing, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.